Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Almost Married. Still Chapter 2, Part 3. Marching into something good.
Marching into something good. It's pages 44 through 51. So that gets us finally through the end of Chapter 2, which Sam has to assure us at the end of this chapter. Not all of the chapters are going to be this long.
Thank God.
I promise. So we just have to make that distinction very clear up front for the podcast audience as well.
I feel you could tell towards the end that the catfish just got carried away with themselves as they were writing. And then they were like, oh my God, I've written, this chapter's 30 pages long.
Started having too much fun with the, yeah. You just
really
get
started
into the
embellishing the story and didn't know when to stop.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be some chapters later on that are just 3 pages long, where they're just and then...
I don't know. My creative juices, I used them all earlier.
Well, here's the problem, too. They pulled all of the stuff that happened later on in the relationship up to March. Yeah. Everything's in March. So this is a very front-loaded storyline that we have here that's being presented. Definitely. You were saying you found some issues with the timeline in this one here.
Well, no. So I went back and I thought about the way they wrote it, the sentence I was looking at, and I was like, I think I'm interpreting it in a way that maybe that's not what it means.
It's tough.
So then I backed off because I didn't want to declare something that wasn't maybe true.
Yeah, oh boy, here comes Maisie like a wrecking ball. What, are you gonna get settled in? We gotta get going. We gotta get the episode. Come on. Oh boy, she's just staring at me.
It's going to take her a minute.
Yeah, she's lost in transition here.
She didn't want to sit with me.
She said, "Oh,
I thought we had a real Sherlock Holmes look going on here."
I still think it's Kunk, Kunk on Earth, sort of. I have to really enunciate what I'm saying there. It's giving Kunk.
Really? I feel like it's at least giving Annie Parker.
Annie Parker,
the Parent Trap?
Of course, right? Yes. Oh,
there she goes. She's comfortable.
Is she?
Friendly reminder as we go through this. The catfish is a professional liar. That is what they do. They fictionalize stories. They create fake people and personalities, and they manipulate people. So as we read this book, that is what we are always keeping in mind whenever they make a claim about something.
Right. So being it where someone was need or where a baby was or, just all sorts of claims of sexual intercourse and exchanges that took place, or when they took place. It's all up for debate. Very questionable at best here.
Well, we know there was no in-person relationship where there was a sexual encounter because there is no Sam.
Right. Sam doesn't exist. Sam's not a real person, especially if you go through that blog later on where you get all sorts of plot twists as the book is coming out, this book, and then also Almost Defamed, the sequel book that comes out after this. Right around those times, Sam got married, was married to somebody. That woman is pregnant. None of these people are real.
No.
So this is all just to drum up book sales.
He has a stalker, right?
He has a stalker.
That was part of it, too.
Yeah, there's if you just bounce around through some of the old blog posts where it's man, if you're just dropping in on random time, segments of this story and you're not being drip fed the bullshit for so long.
It's a lot more obvious.
It seems ridiculous right out the gate here. But yeah, so, friendly reminder. It's always good to have that reminder, the little BS check. And then where did we leave off? Oh, it was Mary was inviting Sam to go on the road trip to Utah. She was actually going for Bonnie's birthday.
Mm-hmm. She's going to be spending time with family.
Yeah.
I guess Cody's not coming because she had room in the car and she's inviting Sam.
Well, yeah, I think it's safe to say that Cody's not coming. Utah is the least friendly state in the union.
For polygamists, so he can't cross the border.
He doesn't, plus this is probably when their lawsuit was getting overturned and stuff,
So,
and just maybe
I've
not great.
been really frustrated trying to find stuff for us to watch for the watch parties on Monday nights on Patreon because there's like nothing from this time period on the show.
Mary has not much to give you in terms of storyline.
No, it goes from an episode where it's Hunter's state wrestling championship, and that's in February. And they're talking about what a busy week it is. They have stuff going on with the adoption. And then the next episode is Christine and Kody going to Galveston for their anniversary, which is in March.
So none of that was
Zero Mary.
No Mary in that episode at all.
And then after that, we go straight into the Cardboard Regatta, which was in April.
Yep.
So it's like we skip all of these important weeks where the catfish is claiming all of this stuff is happening.
You think that's by design?
It could be. I mean, they're writing this years later where they have the show to reference.
Yeah.
And this person does cover their tracks. So, yeah, I think that there is a little element of that too, where they know if you're going to go back and try to maybe spot things in the show, that I think sometimes they say things to corroborate their story. And that if there's gaps where we can't go back and watch something to, try to figure out what's going on, that's convenient for them.
Yeah. That works in their favor, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And just adds to the validity of whatever else they're just telling us happened, that we'll just accept at face value.
Right, which we've said before, a catfish works because there's little grains of truth to things. And then that's what you grab onto and you go, okay, I mean, like, I can't be getting completely tricked because, like, this thing checked out.
This is true. And I don't want to have to fact check everything that's being
That's
said.
just so exhausting.
That's a lot of work.
That's what we're doing here.
So
we're here to do that work with this book.
It turns out, I fact check everything that everybody says. So yeah, that's just kind of part of the process. So we're picking up with Mary's trip to Utah. Sam was unable to join because he's not a real person.
I couldn't make it. This is when he had to fly his friend. He had to escort him on the plane back home, correct?
Right, back to Denver, even though Sam's in
He's
Oklahoma.
Running multiple multi-million-dollar businesses, and yet he has the time to fly his friend, not in his private jet, and he's not piloting a plane.
No.
They are just passengers in commercial together.
17C
with Lisa Barlow.
Economy chauffeur, I guess, is like kind of what this service would be qualified or quantified as, I guess.
So Mary's driving 6 hours each way to Utah, but she has a lot of time to text the catfish.
Yes.
And they're talking about their plans for the future now.
All sorts of things. Love and marriage. Yeah, like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about getting married. We're talking about what the future looks like together. We're talking about kids, potential kids, because we know Mary and Kody mostly tried to have multiple children, and then that never really panned out for them. So Mary's like, I'm not opposed to trying with you, Sam. And she's 44 years old.
Mary's 44 at this point. And it's not like she's speeding into leaving the family and getting together with him.
No.
She's saying, like, we have to lay out a plan to do this, and it's going to take me a while if I even do end up leaving.
Maybe she throws her embryos or something. Frozen eggs?
I don't think so. This is another fantastical tale. And also, maybe Mary was saying things like that just because, I mean, that is something that you think about when you're in a relationship with another person, and none of this is based in reality. So maybe she wasn't really thinking, logically.
Maybe she wasn't meant to keep trying with Kody. Yeah, the he who shall not be named.
Yeah. We can't say Kody in the book.
No.
Or we know that Sam eventually claims that he's adopted multiple children, so maybe that was being thrown out as an option.
Right. Yeah.
They're going through an adoption storyline on the show at the very moment.
It's very relatable. It's very applicable. Something that Mary is experiencing firsthand here as well through that process.
She texts Sam back about the kids, which tells me that Sam is the one who threw that out there first.
Right.
And she responds back and says that she'd try with him, which then Sam took as, okay, she wants more kids, just not with him, with
Right,
Kody.
right, with that guy.
But with me, she'd be willing to try.
Definitely. So there was some, connecting the dots, so to speak, that was happening here. Some inference that was going on because she was mentioning that she would be willing to try with Sam. Was that also just Mary's way of saying, like, she wants to have sex with Sam a lot?
No. No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think that it's actually really wrong of the catfish to be texting someone who has faced issues with infertility throughout their entire life and who is now 44 years old, and you're trying to dangle the idea of a baby in front of them when you know that that's something that they have like wanted and longed for and tried for many, many, many years and not been able to achieve. This
might just be, a Sam flex about how Sam's pee-pee works so much better than He Who Shall Not Be Named.
You need to move on from the brownie batter.
Yeah.
A different mixture.
Yeah, a different concoction.
Something else may make it happen.
So to speak. Yeah, in those ways. But Mary's, again, just picturing this life. What would this life be like with Sam, where, she's at this family event for Bonnie's birthday. She's thinking about introducing Sam to all these family members that she's spending time with. She's just constantly thinking about this guy.
This is 9 days into their relationship.
Allegedly. We'll caveat that too. They've already had sexual intercourse several times, according to the catfish in this chapter.
Don't you think she'd be really conflicted at Bonnie's birthday party, even if that's where her head was at? Because Bonnie liked Kody.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow.
Against her better judgment, too.
Yeah, for many years. I do actually think that a lot of the reason why Kody and Meri stayed together, even though the early years were really, really, really difficult for them. I mean, obviously the religious aspect of things made it difficult to just get out of a marriage.
Yeah.
But I think that their families really liked each other.
That was a big part of it. Yeah, probably played a factor.
So the whole time that she's there, she's just thinking about how great it would be to have Sam there with her.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
which maybe
this idealized person
looking over and thinking, my husband's not here.
Yeah, it would be nice to have somebody.
It'd be nice
here.
to have a companion, somebody who would like take the time to travel up here and do this with me.
Sam at least said, like, I wish I could be there. I want to be there with you. I would support you in this. Kody was probably just like, okay, great. See you when you get back.
Yeah.
Like, didn't even ask what her trip
He's
plans
busy
were.
bonding with Robin's kids before the adoption.
Right. Yeah. It's very important. It's a very sensitive time for them. So this just leads into more marital woes, basically, that Meri is confiding in the catfish at this point about how things aren't great. It kind of comes up weird, though, because it's like basically Sam talking about how he doesn't understand polygamy. Like, he would never share a wife or, like,
He can't understand how Kody goes to bed with different women on different nights and, the whole thing that many people don't like or don't understand about polygamy. But I think that he's saying that to like tap into probably a fantasy that Meri has. I would think any woman in a polygamous relationship probably thinks, what would it like to be? Would it be like to be in a monogamous relationship where I am the center of attention for this other person?
Yeah. Or like,
and he's offering that like, oh, I can't even, I'm a one woman kind of guy. I can't imagine living a life like that because my woman's the only thing that's important to me.
Again, shaping the personality of this person to be the ideal fit of this is what Mary's looking for. This is what she wants. This is what she needs. This is what she desires. And then we're just going to become that and lean into that. And then that way it just builds more trust with her.
Did you also notice there's like a weird shift with the texts in this part of the chapter? So earlier, anytime that they claim that they've been texting with Meri, they're very short messages and they're very short sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting walls of text that they've transcribed, claiming that these are text messages from Meri. And they're like paragraphs long.
Mm-mm. Doesn't seem like it matches up.
No, it doesn't match up with what we've seen so far in the book.
Right.
And then also, I feel like it just doesn't match with the way that people generally text.
Yeah.
To send that much at once.
So do you think that that's because these are like, we kind of noticed this too, that sometimes there's things where it's being attributed as Meri texted me this, but then come to find out that's actually a voicemail or like a conversation that happened and then it was being basically transcribed into text form. So like, do you think it's something like that? Like that could have been one of the voicemails that was just written out basically?
Maybe. Or part of conversations that they've had. Sometimes when I'm reading them, I feel like there's like one sentence that'll stick out to me and I'm like, okay, that's the grain of truth in this. Like that's the one thing that I think Meri actually said.
Okay.
And then the rest of it is just written
extrapolating,
to form a story that makes sense for what the catfish is trying to tell to us.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that did not track for me was in the first block of text. They said that they claim that Meri said, I didn't know I was missing anything until you showed up.
Okay.
Now, that sounds like a very like romantic, I fell in love with you at first sight, and now I'm realizing that my life could be so much better. Meri knew her life sucked. Meri knew Kody sucked.
Yeah.
Meri knew that her marriage was lacking a lot of things that she wanted from it.
Right.
So I don't think it really tracks for her to say, I didn't know I was missing anything until you.
Yeah, well, maybe it was just because she'd like kind of shut down at that point. Like they kind of talk about that a little bit in this chapter too.
Mm-hmm.
But like before they get into that, it was even like the conversation kind of shifted where it was just like, I wish Sam could be the guy for me, but it's, hashtag not yet. Because it's just this timing issue that we seem to be in. Because Meri's really not wanting to divorce Kody at this point. The show's still airing. The show's still on. That could put the show at risk, which then put the family financially at risk. So I think Meri had a lot of those concerns kind of weighing on her too, where she didn't want to make this personal decision that then impacted the family in such a negative way.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we saw all the wives kind of go through at the end, too. I mean, that is a consideration. You have a really big family. Your job is being on TV talking about your family. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's more from the texts where they're talking about Meri's marriage to Kody, and Sam tells her, it sucks because I know when you get home at some point you'll be in bed with him, making love to him. It kills me.
And Meri's like, I wouldn't worry about that. maybe don't, it's not.
Don't let your mind go there. Things are not all they seem.
Yeah, it's not like that. That's not really the relationship that we have at this point. So without outright saying that, but
why would you not outright say it? If they've already had sex, are we supposed to believe that she wouldn't just say, Kody and I don't sleep together anymore? Like, it has not happened in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
He does not come to my house. We don't have a good relationship. You don't need to be jealous.
Right. But instead, she's saying stuff like, we can't be together right now, Sam, or be intimate again. But God, Sam, I want to really, really bad.
I really, really want to.
Like, it's just, those are all of the catfish moments too. Clearly, that was not something that was said because they did not have a physical relationship. They never met in person. So
no, and I feel like Sam keeps bringing up sex to her, like the whole, and not in a way of like, I want to have sex with you. Saying things like, the thought of you and Kody being together really upsets me because I'm jealous, because I'm starting to have feelings for you. I just think that's more where their relationship was at. Not that it's already gone down the tracks of these two people have a full relationship together. They're having an emotional and a physical affair.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't seem like that lines up. This would be more in line with, it's the jealousy, that stuff that was originally brought up as like, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm struggling with right now. as we continue building this friendship, which it seems like that's what it was at this point. But then we run into a family emergency here where Mary's brother, Mark, passed away. And so Sam was offering to pay for the funeral and was all these things, the reassurances that, like, that Mary's going to say no to this, but I'll offer anyway because then it makes me look like a good dude.
Okay, that's weird.
That's weird?
It's weird to offer to pay for someone's funeral that you don't know, and you've known Mary for 9 days. Wouldn't your alarm bells be going off if you're the person who received that offer?
It's very thoughtful and caring, I suppose.
No, it's odd.
It's a red flag. Yeah. That's a red flag, definitely.
I kind of question if this even happened. I feel like Mary probably went MIA for a couple of days and the catfish was like, oh my God, maybe I lost her.
Yeah.
Maybe she came to her senses and she stopped talking to me. And then he finds out like, oh, her brother passed away and she's got a lot of other things going on in her life.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense with the voicemail that they then transcribe and tell us happened, which we'll play the voicemail for you because it does exist on the internet.
This is the very first voicemail from Mary to Catfish Sam, aka Jackie. And yeah, this was March 10th or March, something like that. I think this was like the very first one on the blog. So they claim here. So let's give it a listen.
Hey, Sam, it's me. Listen, I know you've had a really rough day, and I'm really sorry about that, and I wish there was something I could do to help you. You know, I just need you to know that I love you, and I care about you, and I care for you, and I'm just really concerned about you right now, and I want to talk to you. I want to make sure you're going to be okay, you know. I know you just needed to check out and, you know, just get away. So I'm sorry I'm calling you again. I'm really concerned about you right now. So, you know, take the time that you need, I guess. Take an hour or a day or a couple days. I don't even know. I don't know what you need, and I don't know how best to help you right now. You're just such a good guy, you know, care about people, and I don't know if other people do that for you. And I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm really concerned about you. It's really down right now. So anyway, just know that I'm here, okay? Know that I love you. Know that I care. Know that I'm concerned about you.
Okay, so it cuts off there.
Felt like it was an eternity.
Well, yeah, it's
it's a long ass voicemail. If you leave me a voicemail that's longer than 30 seconds, I'm not listening.
Okay, but here's the thing too. When we're thinking about this does not sound like it fits the context that the catfish is giving us. This does not sound like Mary found out that her brother passed away and then Sam is like supporting her. Like, it doesn't sound like that. This sounds like Sam was in distress. Mm-hmm. Mary was worried about Sam and then reaches out and leaves this voicemail.
See, that's where I'm wondering if the truth of this is Sam got worried that Mary backed off.
Yeah.
And then came up with something to hook her back in and to get her to call.
Had to go real desperate.
Worry.
Yes, like very desperate, because it's sounding like a concern. Also, when there is like the mention of love, that doesn't sound like a romantic love. This sounds like, here's a scenario we could play out. If Sam is basically talking about confiding in Mary and providing all of this context of like, I don't feel like anybody loves me. I don't feel like that, you know, like basically like a depressive state. It sounded like Mary was concerned about Sam's well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And so like from that perspective of just making them feel like, hey, I see you, I hear you.
There's somebody here
Like the reassurance.
Yeah, who's out here worried about you, wants to hear from you, wants to talk to you.
Yeah, like that's what it seemed like. So I don't know if that was part of the manipulation where they were kind of steering in that direction to make Meri nervous that maybe they were going to do something, or like
I think that was a big part of the relationship, because if you listen through the voicemails, there are many times that Meri calls and she is in a very heightened emotional state because she is either worried about the catfish being upset about something, or like she's worried about the catfish being upset about like either maybe harming themselves or being mad at her.
Right.
Like that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
And I forget what the rest of that was.
No, but like, okay, so like that's the thing though, is that's the whole basis of the relationship. That's the dynamic that gets established.
Yes, there's like this push-pull.
Yeah.
Where they're constantly, again, getting Meri to pursue them.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me really question a lot of what they say.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound like a whirlwind romance.
No.
It doesn't sound like two people who are just captivated with one another. It sounds like someone who is constantly in a state of distress, trying to manage another person's emotions.
Correct. Yeah. And I think that's what the catfish was like, ooh, this is great. Because like, even while, because they kind of, give Meri like a round of applause here, basically, of like, that's a testament of what a great person she is, because she was going through this terrible time and a grieving loss of her brother, a family member very close to her. And yet she was taking the time to reach out to me and see if I was doing okay. So there is just this level of care. Because at first when they're talking about how caring she is and thoughtful and stuff, and it's like, you're talking about Meri Brown. You're talking about Meri from like, Sister Wives.
I thought this was the catfish bragging about what a great job they'd been doing.
That too.
Where it's like, look, I got her to focus on me.
Right.
In a circumstance that should be all about, you're grieving, what your family's going through. They shouldn't be thinking about me.
Right.
But she was.
But she did. Yeah, she reached out. She prioritized our relationship over this very important thing that was going on in her life.
That's why sometimes it feels like this is a manifesto more so than a love story.
Yeah, because we did get a couple more blog plugs about if you like that voicemail, there's 194 of them over on the blog.
But I have a lot more than that.
It's a lot more, of the 300. But those are my personal trophies that I like to keep to myself. I don't share those with the world here. Those are the special ones that Meri left for me.
Yeah, it's giving serial killer energy.
a little bit. But
I doubt they exist.
The 300 emails,
the voicemails, the rest of them, the missing ones.
Sorry. Yeah.
The 100 or so missing voicemails.
Well, the number changes too, because when I was going back through like the blog and stuff, they were saying at some point, August of 2017, I think, that they had 320. So I don't know where those other 20 went, but
I'm
or
sure
maybe they accrued more after the book came out. Yeah. Cease and desist from this lawyer, from this. So it just kind of added up.
Legal threats.
Yeah, piled up.
I think that they didn't release certain stuff that maybe makes their story not track.
Right. Yeah, they had a ton of material to work with. And then this was what they were able to craft a narrative, a story that makes the most sense, that makes them look good, that makes Meri look bad. And then that's what they're going to run with here. And this is what's appealing. This is what people kind of want to hear too.
Well, it's funny when you said that, because it's making Meri look bad, but then the catfish will constantly come in like this story and be like, look at what a great person Meri is. This is why I fell in love with her.
Yeah. But
then the rest of the book is just trashing her.
Yeah.
Through the story and positioning her to be the bad guy.
Crafting everything.
But then I guess we're supposed to be manipulated by that and be like, oh, like this person really did care for her.
Yeah.
This book isn't written with the intention of spilling this story to embarrass her or to change the narrative.
You would think. You would think that? Probably not, though. But now Meri's outsourcing some of her marital decision making to Sam, where she's basically like, hey, if I were to leave, what would that look like?
She's testing Sam's leadership.
Yeah.
You know, she should have done that with Kody. Would have been a real
Yeah,
failure.
there could have been a couple
He wouldn't have been capable of coming up with a plan like this.
No, I don't. Did we land on a plan?
No.
No.
He just brings up that Meri asked him to figure out, how am I going to get out of this marriage? How am I going to do this without hurting this family? And how do I get out of this show?
Leave the family without canceling the show, but still be part of the family too. Like, best case scenario for all of those things. Just leaving Kody, cutting off contact with that, still being part of the family, not losing the finances from the show.
It's also like funny that they think that if one person was to leave, the show would be over. When it's called Sister Wives, and there would still be multiple Sister Wives.
Well, I don't know. Did Meri know that, like, if one goes, they all go? Sort of, like, that's what
domino
happened.
effect.
That is ultimately what happened. Was as soon as one had the bright idea where, hey, I'm going to leave, everybody else lined up at the door too.
Yeah, they did milk this thing for a good 10 more years so far.
It was
from where this happened.
They were able to get that.
But Sam's a billionaire, right? Millionaire, whatever. He's got a lot of money.
Lots.
Does she have to worry if she's going to end up with him? I don't think she has to care about.
I don't know if we got that reassurance. Did we? I don't think we reached that level of reassurance here. But then we're basically just finding out more about Kody and Meri's relationship, or lack thereof, because basically Meri's like, I can't keep trying to make this work because I've asked Kody to go to couples counseling multiple times. He doesn't want to do it because, you know, he's like every other guy on TLC where they'll do anything except therapy.
We do see them go to therapy on the show.
They do. It's
not real therapy.
But
I'm sorry, Nancy.
I mean, Nancy's trying her best, but I don't think anybody's prepared to dissect Meri and Kody's relationship.
She pretty much says, like, he just tells her that all of the issues are her own personal problems that she needs to get over, which, again, this is where I think that there are kernels of truth. That if she's going to confide in someone about her marriage and the state of her relationship, that this stuff we know was going on, that their relationship was bad, that he basically made her own all of the problems.
Yeah.
And set out this ridiculous scavenger hunt for her to try to fix all these relationships with other people and
checklist
with herself before she could check back in with him.
Yeah. Well, then also Meri's putting this on. There's like the other level too, where Leon's relationship with Kody is kind of hinging on Meri still being with Kody, because I think Meri knows that if she left Kody, then that would be it for Leon and Cody's relationship.
Oh, I didn't take it that way.
No?
No, the way I took what the catfish was saying was that Leon really looked up to Kody and had a lot of respect for Kody and loved Kody, and that...
It's because you didn't know enough yet at that point, I think, probably.
And that it would crush them if their parents were to get divorced.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be an element here, but then if your kid is learning that, like, yeah, dad's a douche, you know, like, but that's the truth, is that something that is beneficial in the long run to understand a little bit more and, like, learn that sooner rather than later?
I could see how getting out of a situation like this is really complex and confusing, because also you have all of Leon's other siblings.
Yeah.
Who are in this family and within all these other households.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, if you leave the family, how does that dynamic work?
So Meri wasn't leaving. She wasn't actively planning to figure that out. She was just staying in the family, staying miserable. So she just kind of put herself on mute, stopped saying things, stopped speaking up, because every time she mentioned anything to anybody, it was a big problem. It was just arguments. It was just issues.
Which this was confirmed on the last season of the show.
Yeah.
And she even spoke about it in the same way, where she said she silenced herself.
Yeah.
Because when she did speak up, there were problems. And that's when Kody was trying to say, oh, Meri's never been silenced. She always speaks her mind.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, there were instances here, obviously, where it's just, you kind of give up a little bit.
I think Kody had a lot of other stuff going on at this period of time, and that Meri, he just wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah. Well, and that was
in many ways
clearly evident as well. Yeah, that Sam was very upset that no one helps Mary for such a large family. It seemed like it was a lot of the older sons who would come over and help her with things that she needed help with around the house, things that normally a husband would be taking care of, or like your partner would be doing, as far as like things around the house that they would be assisting you with. This is just something that Mary was just kind of left to her own devices and kind of...
Like that time that her bed just sat on the floor because nobody came over to put it together.
Season 14, after the move to Flagstaff, where, it was just months and months. Mary in that big, huge house with the waterfall in it. Remember the...
Yeah, the mall waterfall.
The mall waterfall.
And the elevator that she was so proud of.
Very proud of that. No bed, though. Nobody came over to help her with that bed frame.
I wonder if that means the kids who would help her were no longer like around.
Right.
They'd gone to school, whatever. They didn't move with them to Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Because nobody came over.
Logan? Like, is that who we're talking about? We're talking about
Logan, Hunter, I don't know.
Logan and Hunter, maybe? Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of, I think that was what they were saying, was there was like something with their washing machine or something. It's like, oh, yeah, you think that was Logan then, probably?
I feel like that adds a whole nother element of this that maybe we've never considered, because we've talked a lot about the kids and, especially Logan being parentified within his own home. But then you're also having to take on your dad's responsibility of taking care of his other wife.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole other layer to this that it's just like, oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've
mess.
really had a story like that on the show that made us think, wow, like, why are they sending some of the other kids over to take care of this stuff?
I mean, kind of. There was like, Christine had run into that. I think there was something with the washer dryer, but that was when they lived in Utah. It was before the Flea High move. I think she was talking about that, where it was basically like, yeah, sometimes you can ask Kody for help, but you're better off just figuring it out on your own, because by the time Kody gets around to it and comes over and helps you with it, you could have solved it 2 months ago. And it's just like, that's not a real good review. I don't, for as far as like polygamy and husbandry and things like that, it's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny too, because Kody acts like he can't ever like find time for himself, because he's always just running around like a chicken with his head cut off, because all of these other needs are constantly being shouted at him.
But then everybody else is like taking care of their own stuff. They're like, it's not even worth bringing up to Kody because he never gets around to it. So what are you doing? Is he doing? Yeah. What does the Kody do?
We will never get the answer to that question.
I don't know.
He's going.
He's
just driving around town.
Right. Well, and he's also being a dick to Mary, because that's what Sam was talking about. Funny. Yeah, like overhearing some of these conversations.
I think if we can all agree with one sentence in this book, it is this one. That is why, in my opinion, that guy is a douchebag.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
accurate read.
There was a lot of why I oughta sort of energy here, though.
I would probably do something about it if I ever met him around Las Vegas.
He needs a swift kick in the you-know-what sort of implications here.
Okay, again, that's where I feel really uncomfortable when there's threats of violence in the book, because I do think that they weren't sure about how far this person would take this. That if it could become physical.
Yeah.
Or, threatening or whatever they may do. There was at one point conversations that Lindsay had connections to like people in the mob who could come beat you up. That was something Kendra was talking about.
First of all, mob doesn't exist. So let's just put that to bed pretty quick, right?
There are going to be a lot of people who come in the comments to tell you you're wrong about that.
Well, okay, so...
Is that a joke?
Is it a joke? I don't know. People think we're in witness protection, so...
Oh, yeah, I forget that sometimes.
Right. We're not that interesting.
No.
That's what it comes down to. And we don't talk to cops and we don't talk to feds, so I don't think I'd ever end up in witness relocation or witness protection. Probably not, right? That's the rule. Don't do it. I think
you have to be someone very special to actually end up in witness protection.
useful information. I don't have any of that.
If you've ever been in the witness protection program,
please let us know. No,
I know you can't.
You can't do that.
Leave us a clue.
Don't do that.
What's it like? How many stars would you give it?
Oh,
maybe that's how Meri could have gotten out of this.
Yeah, witness protection.
She could have gone into witness protection.
Maybe that's what she meant. She was like, I might just, up and disappear. I might just leave, be gone one day.
You won't know where I went.
I'm filling out the forms. I'm doing applications for witness protection relocation. I don't know. There's not a crime that's been committed here, but I need to be somewhere else, basically, is what's going on. It's the
fastest way out of this, maybe.
It's the only answer. Yeah, the only solution.
She didn't make much more progress over the next 10 years. So, okay, then he starts talking about Kody more and the things that Sam supposedly overheard while on the phone with Meri, and the way that Kody would talk to her and kind of just rant at her, and that he wasn't a very polite guy.
Yeah, he pretends to be nice on camera and stuff, and he's not really that nice, and he's not polite.
That's the meanest thing you could think of to say.
I don't know how else to say it, but yeah.
He's not very polite. Okay.
He pretends to be a good guy, and then he's not very polite. Yeah, he's not nice. Not a nice person. Also, I think the way he talked to Meri is the way he talks to all of his wives, too. Probably not Robin, though. Probably not Robin. At this point.
I think Robin does a lot of the talking in
that
household.
Yeah.
A lot of the talking, a lot of the thinking.
Just to be safe. Yeah, the emotional labor that's happening, the processing of what's going on there.
Yeah, I do believe that from talking to her, obviously the catfish formed opinions about people in her life.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that they were wrong. I'm sure that there were things that they took away from what Meri said or whatever they heard while they were on the phone that, are true, are accurate reads.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it. It became more clearly evident because then Kody wasn't really keeping up the facade on camera anymore, where then, you do get some of those arguments.
Yeah, we saw the masks fall, and then we've seen how he really is, and nobody's enjoyed that.
Screaming at Christine, with screaming at Janelle, with leading Meri on with these weird anniversary dates and stuff. So it's just having dates. And somebody had pointed out that what would you do if I kissed you right now? That was what Meri asked Kody at their 30th anniversary to the COVID murder tarp date.
Yeah.
That was what Sam asked her.
There are multiple things that have come up in this book where Meri has since said those things aloud again. I think she should maybe read this.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't say those things on camera.
Because a lot of other people in your life have read the book. So they're aware of things that you might not be aware of
How
now.
many copies do you think Kody bought?
No, I don't
You think
know.
Robin printed the whole thing off on her printer in the office?
Yeah, she printed the PDF, and then it's all the pages are misaligned too, so that it's just big empty spaces and things. It's very difficult. It's tough to get that printout.
I think Christine would be the first one to read it.
Yeah. I think she would have been all on board.
She had
or
time
Janelle.
alone.
Janelle's quietly she would treat this
at 4 a.m. sipping her morning coffee.
Yeah, she's treating this like Discovery, where it's just this is, I have my pages I need to get through here, so I know what's going on.
She's got a whole notebook off to the side. She did her own investigation long before we did.
Yeah, probably. But, okay, so this is where we're finding out more about, Kody. Well, this is basically what Christine's whole thing against him was, too, where it was just, he comes over to my house, and he just sits on his phone. And it was he just plops down in front of the TV at Meri's, and that's all he does to decompress from all of his other stressors and all the other houses. And
she had the quiet house.
Quiet house that he could.
I wonder if she also felt like she couldn't ask too much of him because she was in such a bad place in their relationship.
Right.
And she was busy talking to the catfish. So at some point she was like, watch TV.
Plus, they were watching Big Love. So I think that was what they were like. They got really invested in that. And they were like...
You think they're watching it together?
Yeah. Oh.
I know they said they watched Big Love together, but it must have been before the relationship completely fell apart.
You think so? Yeah, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
from what we know, Kody's side of the story is that he would listen to her sit up in her bedroom laughing on her phone and giggling while he was downstairs watching TV or alone.
It started distracting him. Well, I think that was what it turned into, was because then it was like, yeah, Mary was getting frustrated with anytime he would come over, it would not be quality time that's spent with her.
No.
There's no bonding. There's no anything that's happening here. It's just he's watching TV. So she's going to go off and she's going to talk to her friends.
Mm-hmm. I do think that out of all the houses, Mary's house was his place to kind of escape, like truly escape to.
Yeah.
I mean, he went to Robin's house and had his honeymoon.
Well, he
dream
escaped
family
other
experience.
kids, not just Truly. It was, you know,
yeah.
he escaped all of them.
He came here. None of the kids were coming to Mary's house for sure. He was like, if I need some time to be away from children, this is where I come.
And that was what Mary thought when Leon went to college, that there would be this, you know,
they'd have their renaissance.
Yeah, the Renaissance, the
that
revitalization.
Janelle was having across the cul-de-sac.
Which, what was that? That was just, I think people had pointed that out too, where it was like, well, yeah, nothing was going on with Mary. Christine's relationship was terrible with him at this point too. And then Robin was going through the legal adoption and then pregnant with Ari. So like, that was it. Janelle was all that was left. Yeah, that was where he was going for basically everything as far as what he needed. So that was where he really relied on her. And then she was like, oh yeah, things
Isn't
really
that funny
improved.
how their relationship got better when Kody needed something from the relationship?
Yeah, that's wild, right? And just how that constantly seems to be the trend.
It's almost like he doesn't care about the other person.
Yeah, it's just for whatever benefit that he gets out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that. But
So their relationship, no improvement once Leon goes to school.
yeah.
Which again sucks because Mary's basically a empty nester by herself in this big house. All the stuff we've heard her say, and her relationship with her husband is not getting better.
Not good.
There's like all of these like pushing the goalpost of like, okay, now things will get better.
Right.
And then it never happens.
Yeah, and she was basically telling Sam that right after the legal divorce, she went on a cruise, not with Kody, but with one of her gal pal friends. I wonder who that was.
I hope it was Jen.
Maybe an exterminator that we know. Potentially.
I feel like Jen was too busy being a girl boss. She doesn't have time to go on a cruise, week-long cruise.
Divorce party cruise. That was what they were referring to it as, a divorce party cruise. And then Mary found an awesome watch that Kody was going to love, so she bought it because their 25th wedding anniversary was coming up. And then basically when we got to that, then she was telling Sam, she's like, if I hadn't already bought this damn thing, I wouldn't be giving him anything for our 25th anniversary. So like, it was pretty bad.
You can also take him to Galveston for a weekend of counseling.
That would be great.
Because that's what Christine did the month before. So Christine's 20th anniversary was the month before Mary's 25th anniversary.
And you could have gone back to back on therapy anniversary outings. That would have been something. Probably not a good look.
Yeah, isn't that funny? We didn't see their anniversary in this season.
No,
and it's a big one.
She just handed him a watch.
Their 25th anniversary, and they just got divorced legally.
Maybe that's why they didn't really lean into that, because they were like, it's the 25th anniversary, kind of technically. Loophole.
Christine delivered on the footage.
Oh, yeah.
They were like,
we don't need any other anniversary storylines.
Really?
Yeah.
You gave us all the moving storylines. I would have watched this.
I would have watched that, yeah. All of the terrible anniversaries, give me those. Yes.
We're supposed to believe that Sam and Mary are spending time together, like on a regular basis. They're just doing like chores, they're running errands, they're going to Hobby Lobby together.
Yeah, this episode is not sponsored by Hobby Lobby, but this chapter basically was. Yeah, this paragraph was a Hobby Lobby commercial, essentially, that just chimed in here.
Can I tell you, I think I have a conspiracy theory of how the catfish found this connection with Mary over Hobby Lobby.
Okay.
I bet you the atrocious word art in her house, some of it had to have come from Hobby Lobby. And the catfish probably found it there and then was like, you know what store I really love to shop at? I'm going to head out to Hobby Lobby. I go into Hobby Lobby and I drop hundreds of dollars. And Mary was like, oh my God, me too.
My fave. Yeah, that's what a spot.
This is written in the stars.
Well, also it was the the way that Sam, again, just like the telltale signs of like, this is not a dude. This is not a guy writing about how much he loves going into Hobby Lobby when the Christmas decorations are out to get all the twinkly lights. Like, no, that's not how that would go, I don't think. So it's
funny how they have so many things in common. They love going to Disney. They love Hobby Lobby.
How that's expressed, in those ways, but just it didn't sound like somebody who was very excited about it, of like a personal interest thing. It sounded like this was just repeating back something that somebody else had really liked. And then this is how they know how to talk about this in this way.
Yeah.
Type of a thing.
Well, it's a craft store.
Yeah.
Do you craft, Sam?
Right. Like what are your crafts?
We know Mary
into?
does.
You buy decorations to decorate all of your houses, your multi dwellings that you have, several instances of home that you experience. Like what is this?
That's why he's got to go to the store so often to buy new decorations. He never knows what home he's going to be at come the holidays.
Right. Yeah. We have to have a full set in every single house. So then that way, we don't know where we're going to end up sometimes. That's just how it goes.
It's kind of like Cody's life.
A little bit. Just
you never know. Which home did I leave that thing that I really liked in?
4, different copies of it here, and one for each home, I suppose.
All right. Now, the whole story about them going to the store together, they then tie in with a voicemail where they're claiming they were going to go out, or they claimed this actually happened. That they did go to the store together.
Yes.
That Mary left them a voicemail while sitting outside of his gated community.
Which that confirms our suspicion was that it was going to be not a street address that you could just drive past or get in front of or go to.
Of course it's in a gated community.
It has to be restrictive because, this has to be this point of separation because you're not a real person and you don't want Mary to gain access to this residence.
Yeah, it's giving you some privacy.
Yeah.
And she lives in a gated community, so why would she find that suspicious?
Correct. Yeah. Even though it is pretty impressive to be 5 minutes down the road from somebody that you just met online. The odds are pretty slim.
Right.
Just going to throw that out there.
Okay, that voicemail you can find online, and it's just Mary being like, hey, it's me. I'm here. I'm sitting outside. It's something to that effect. It doesn't confirm that they're going somewhere together, that it ever happened. To me, this sounds like earlier when he claimed that they met up together the first time.
Yeah.
I think Mary did drive to somewhere that Sam claimed they live, and then they made some excuse as to why they couldn't meet, like catfishes do.
Right. Yeah. The webcam's broken.
Catfish do.
Okay. Yeah, the webcam's broken.
The gate won't open. It's malfunctioning. I'm stuck in here.
I broke my leg and I had to be shot.
My friend had an emergency.
Oh, right.
I had to fly them back to Denver. I'm already at the airport.
I'm
Sorry.
at the airport now. We're just checking in for the flight. Thank you.
An emergency boardroom call. Come up in the next chapter.
Something that's happening here. So even though we know that they're not meeting in real life ever at this point, this is when the catfish drops the bomb on us that, look, we're doing the deed. We get to bang in 2 to 3 times per week, if not per night. Because we're talking about, marathon sessions here. We're doing some Diddy freak-offs, Get the baby oil, all that shit.
It does sound like somebody who doesn't know, a frame of reference for,
What's like average amount of sex?
They were like, okay, let's just put or night. That way, if they think the number's too low, they'll be like,
then it could
okay.
be. Oh yeah, it's like 2 to 3 times per week per night. One that says 2 to 3, so that's like you do the math. Sort of. Okay, yeah. Types of experiences here.
Yeah, no. Is that why Mary's losing so much weight so fast?
Right? Yeah, she's
just
burning it off.
A lot of calories.
It's not stress. It's not anything medical. It's physical, strenuous activities that are taking place.
So
I don't think so.
She's finding a lot of time to disappear.
But it's a miracle that they're even able to talk on a regular basis because, yeah, the schedule's so different too. Remember? That was like a huge thing that they were sacrificing all this time, making this time to connect and talk like this. That's the other part of it. The miracle to this entire relationship here.
And then they tell this weird story about how there was a wedding that the family had to go to. It sounded like it was like a camera guy for the show or something. And Meri is telling Sam she can't find any place to get her hair done, that they were supposed to have an appointment or something, and now she doesn't know what she's going to do. And so Sam, the knight that he is, chivalry's not dead. He calls multiple places, multiple salons.
He has his assistant, Lindsay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Call around,
Well,
yes.
Same thing. Lindsay is Sam. Sam is Lindsay. Lindsay is the catfish.
Right.
They call multiple salons, make an appointment, and say, I already put my credit card down. Don't you worry about it. You go get your hair done.
And make sure you get your hair done up so I can see your neck, because I'm all about that neck. That's the best feature. Done.
Oh, poor Meri.
Is it?
We know Ace thinks it's not the neck.
Not the neck. It's a little lower.
Below the neckline.
I got 2 reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. This, it's manipulative. It's something that would happen in a catfishing situation
It's to
where
try
it's
to-
like, look, I solved a big problem that you were facing.
I fixed this thing. I took care of this. And look, you can
also,
rely on me. You can trust me.
Wink, wink, do this little secret thing that I'll know you did because I wanted you to.
Right.
Have your hair done up.
Get your hair done. But like, Meri didn't sound like she was really pleased with the way that it came out. She sounded like she was like upset with some of it there too.
Really?
Based on like what she was saying, it sounded like she was not like self-conscious about it, but just like maybe wasn't really like totally thrilled with the results. But then Sam has to be like, no, yeah, but I did that. I made that happen. Like that was a real good thing that I did for Meri. It was like really cool to see that. And it didn't seem like Meri was that impressed by it. So it was just something that Sam's really patting himself on the back for here, of pulling this off, making sure this all falls into place for her. Taking care of her. But like,
Did Kody solve that problem for you? I
definitely
don't think so.
not. No. Is he even there? I don't think so.
Cody's getting his own hair done. He
Right.
probably took her appointment.
Yeah, most likely. He
That's
booked up
why.
every single salon in the area and was like, no, sorry, these are all mine.
It
Good
wouldn't
luck.
be that different.
No.
You know, they got the round brush out, they got in the layers, they
Yeah.
sprayed them up, and they're like, I don't know, I did someone's hair today.
I can't tell. Yeah, which one? I don't know. Yeah, when they did the Keith Urban date too, and they were going to the same stylist at that time.
Yeah.
So that was you're
That's what I'm
competing for a
saying.
chair, and this is tough. This is really, really difficult now. I'm getting concerned.
It escalates to the point where they're having phone calls with each other in front of family members. So at one point, Mary's in the car with Kody and Robin, and Mary's on the phone with the catfish.
Yeah, and the catfish is joking about things, making Meri laugh because they were talking business at first, and then starts interjecting with other things that's making Meri laugh. She has to hang up and then text them afterwards about like, oh, I can't believe you were doing that.
Okay, the business thing.
The business. Yeah, was that
So
the
in
leggings?
the beginning of the next chapter, they mention a wellness order or something.
Okay.
Like, okay, so this is the live water crap that her and Kody were peddling.
Right.
And that makes sense with the story that we've heard before about how Kendra brought Lindsay, Sam's assistant, to one of the MLM parties that they had at Mary's house.
It's an investment opportunity.
Right.
Yes.
For this millionaire who was interested in making an investment into this.
Right.
That's probably what they're talking about.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, it's just illustrating again, like where Mary is taking this. Maybe it's getting a little dangerous now. You're having conversations with family members in the same space as you and the catfish now.
It's like dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a little titillating. It's a little
oh.
fun. It's towing the line.
Mm-hmm. A little scary.
Mm-hmm.
But,
scary but thrilling.
Yeah, but she'd rather feel something than nothing at all. So I think that's where she's at this point.
Next week, we finally get to the month of April.
It's about time.
Oh, my God.
It's about time.
How much do we think happens in April?
Less than this.
This is month 2 of a 6-month relationship.
Yeah.
We got to pick up the pace, Sam.
I feel like it's going to decrease. The amount of things that happen, it's just going to slowly just trail off. we front loaded here. Definitely.
They come up with a code word for their little rendezvous.
Okay.
It's to do with business.
Business.
And then Sam is just run down because they are having so much sex. They're up all hours of the night, and it starts to catch up with them.
2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times per night. Is that a lot? Is that too much? Is that I have to say that yes, it's impacting Sam's sleep now. Yes, I would say.
And then they claim that Mary got a psychic reading at the cardboard regatta.
Okay.
That we never saw.
Wait, the only psychic that we saw on the show was at Leon's graduation party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was
We'll see what happens, but
maybe we could double check on that one too.
That means that there was contact between them while Mary was at the cardboard regatta.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode, but don't go anywhere because you want to hear what else is going on, not just here, but on Surviving Reality.
Got a lot going on.
We had to change the schedule at the last minute because they just keep announcing new shows.
I told
Things
you
that are
Plathville's coming back. Plathville's coming back.
Plathville's coming back. I'm excited about it, but I'm also annoyed because this is now the second time that you've had a feeling that a show is going to come back. And I'm like, no, there's like another couple months before that comes back. And then here comes a press release.
It kept coming back earlier and earlier. So that's why I was like, it's due back soon because it's been like 6 to 8 months. So it's probably coming up here soon. So yeah, I mean, it's right at the tail end there. It's March 31st is going to be the premiere, but
there's a trailer out. You can watch it. It seems like Lydia and Zach are going to hold these people's feet to the fire. They're holding the Plaths accountable, which nobody else has been successful in doing so far. So we'll see how that endeavor works out for her.
I just hope that Isaac and Ethan get dumped this season. Like that's really my only hope.
Yeah.
Mariah's wig is coming off, and yeah,
I hope Kim cracks out the cackle again.
Oh yeah, it's coming back.
KK Ken is back.
KK Ken for now. So yeah, we'll see.
See how much laughing she's doing.
Live, laugh, and love.
Barry's going to be trying to date.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's trying to date. Because it was like it's a buddy season between
Zach and Barry.
Yeah, it's like a kind of a, I don't know what we're getting into with that. An unexpected friendship that's happening here, definitely. With what was it? The sauna. Yeah, they have a sauna experience, and Big Daddy Plath is introduced. Right? Is that
a new persona?
Daddy Plath? What was? We didn't like it. I blocked it out.
Big Daddy Plath.
Did he say Big Daddy Plath?
I don't know, because
then
also,
that would be a direct rip of Seven Little Johnstons,
which we will also be covering.
We're covering that, guys.
Which comes back on St. Patrick's Day.
Trent's birthday.
Trent's. That's his real birthday, guys.
Yeah.
March 17th, the premiere. I can't wait to talk about it. If you guys haven't been watching Seven Little Johnstons, this is season 16?
This is time to
17,
jump in.
something like that?
17? Yeah, 17.
But don't worry. There's an episode that we did over on Patreon. I think we're going to release that over on Surviving Reality this week.
We have a gap week.
Yeah. And that'll kind of get you through like season 10. And
Caught up a little bit to at least have a general idea of what's going on. And then if you catch a few of those seasons before the premiere, then you'll be mostly caught up or have a pretty good general idea.
You can watch a lot of just clips on TikTok and stuff too, because I ended up seeing a bunch of stuff that kind of got spoiled for me.
Yeah.
But that got me a good idea of what was going on in the family dynamics. You don't have to watch everything if you don't have the time.
Good stuff.
And before that, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is back on March 12th. That means it's Mom Talk Marathon over on Surviving Reality, and we will be dropping episodes 5 days in a row.
Yeah, and they'll be combined episodes, so we'll be doing 2 episodes at a time, dropping those for 5 days consecutively for all 10 episodes in the season. Also, we were talking about The Bachelorette, right? Because that's Ruby Taylor, Frankie Paul. And that is Secret Lives of Mormon Wife adjacent content here. But since Plathville's coming back, we're probably just going to roll the Bachelorette updates to the Patreon there. So on the weeks where we don't have Let's Talk About It episodes, we'll just do like a Bachelorette catch-up thing of however
like
many
every
episodes.
other week, we'll do like 2 episodes at a time.
Just kind of catching up on where we're at so far in the Bachelorette viewing experience.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think about that plan, because they really screwed us with all this stuff coming back at the same time.
Well, also,
what's going to be on in the summer?
it's because I don't know. Yeah,
Seeking Sister Wife? I hope so.
Maybe. Well, okay, and then also, you can subject any complaints for not having Bachelorette coverage on the main feed. For Hulu didn't send us screeners, so if you guys want to complain somewhere, you can let them know. They should have sent us screeners.
They were like, sorry, the list is very small.
The list is for like
it's very
approved.
Exclusive.
It's exclusive, yeah, and we weren't on the fancy list for Bachelorette screeners, so.
It's not like TLC.
No, TLC's giving them away for free here, but
which we very much
which
appreciate.
we love. Yeah, that's good. That's why we're able to do this. So this is great.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.